And we do want to stay up in the North Florida area. Our reporter Chad Mills joins us now live in Cross City up in Dixie County. That's northeast of Taylor County.
That's right. He is northeast of where the storm made landfall in Steinhatchee. Chad, what kind of conditions did you see there?
So many people worried about what storm surge is doing in places like Horseshoe Beach and Steinhatchee, two of the small fishing villages here on Florida's Big Bend. It's wait and see until we can get out there safe, but we can't look around the hotel grounds now because the wind has died down to the level we can venture out a little bit, and so we can walk and see what we find. And already we have seen a number of limbs down, palm fronds, and it looks like we have a pretty decent sized tree right here. It looks like a cedar tree, big tree right here, and hit a power line. As you can see, this is probably a sight you're going to see all over this area of the Big Bend of Florida, just because it was a Category 4 hurricane that passed through here. Not directly, we were not within the eye or anything like that, but we were so close to it that the wind was just fierce for prolonged periods of time. We figured we would see trees down. There's our first one, and it's right around the corner at the hotel. We'll walk over here too. I don't know what we're going to see, but we'll just kind of walk and let you know what we see. It looks like we have some freshwater flooding over here. That was a concern after all of the rain this area has gotten over the past month or so, ever since Debbie. It wasn't a huge concern like the storm surge, the saltwater flooding, but you can see it looks like a little outbuilding or shed right here might have some water in it. Maybe not much, and doesn't look like the most important building in the world, but there's a little bit of flooding right there, and it looks like it goes back a good little ways to the property line. Venture back over here toward Highway 98. That's the main artery through much of the Big Bend and right in front of our hotel. We try to see if we see any big trees down or limbs down on it. Front of the hotel grounds, pretty good. We had that bulb smash. We had a couple big limbs come down at the front of the hotel, but for the most part, it held up pretty well. And yeah, here is Highway 98 right now. Power was knocked out, so it's pretty hard to see, but shining the spotlight here, yeah, it looks like it's pretty clear right here, just in this general vicinity. But don't let that fool you, because, you know, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to assume that there are probably some sizable trees down, at least limbs down, getting to some of these places like Steinhatchee and Horseshoe Beach. National Guard in the area, local officials in the area as well. You can only assume that as soon as the sun rises, they will start going out, assessing the damage, starting to clear some of those roads so people can get to their homes to see what's left. Again, we've said this all along, and it's important to repeat. They just don't want anyone to go out sightseeing or surveying until they give the all clear to do so, just because simply they don't know what's out there right now. It's so dark. So many of these roads are flooded. The professionals need to go out first, start clearing the way, make sure it's safe before everyone starts to return to their homes. But, you know, you can just imagine, we've talked about it, the anxiety that people are feeling right now, and the people who evacuated just hoping, praying that their homes are still there. They know it's a very real possibility that they're not. In fact, a lot of the people we talked to today said they were going into this storm with the mindset that they were going to lose their homes. So if they go to their homes tomorrow and they are still there or are still in decent enough shape, then it'll be a surprise, a happy surprise. But they're going into the assumption that the homes will be lost to the storm surge. So many of these homes so close to the Gulf of Mexico. But things here, it will be a cleanup as well from just the wind of Hurricane Helene in this Cross City area and other areas that are more inland that still felt pretty strong winds as Helene passed through this area. We'll send things back to you guys in the studio.